All right. So you can do long division. You can do polynomials because you can have the x1 machine, right? So we talked about the 2-1 machine. We can have the 10-1 machine. We can have the x1 machine if you want polynomials. I have two other favorite machines that I'm going to just barely have time to mention here and leave you to explore further on your own someday. So my personal favorite that I spent the most time on, I call it the 2-1 machine with a little question mark. And what it means is when a box has 2 dots in it, that might or might not be enough to make the explosion turn the 2 into 1. But if you have more than 2 dots, it definitely explodes. 2 dots turn into 1. So it's still always 2 dots turning into 1. But it's just that when there's exactly 2 dots, it may or may not explode. So, for example, if I start with 6 dots, we know for sure something happens right away. There has to be an explosion because there's more than 2. So this explodes, and I get a dot here. And there's still more than 2. So for sure I get another explosion. 2 dots explode and make 1 here. Now I only have 2 dots. 2 dots may or may not explode. So my 6 could be 0, 2, 2. That's a way to write 6 in this machine. And then here's 2 dots. Well, they may or may not explode. If they do explode, then 6 could also be 1, 0, 2. Or, exactly, these 2 could explode, which would make a dot here. And 6 could also be 1, 1, 0. So there's 3 different possible final situations you could have with 6 with this crazy machine. Yeah? So 2 dots may or may not explode. That just means, if you think about writing it with digits, it just means the digits can't be more than 2. And if you do have a 2, you can always turn the 2 into carrying 1 into the next place. So this machine is really cool. And the question of, like, if you put 1,000 dots in there, how many different final ending spots? The answer is like 31 or 39 or something can you get. And exploring that, you can spend dozens of hours at least enjoying all of the complicated patterns that you start to uncover when you look at that list. Yeah. There's just so much cool stuff there. Yeah, anyway, I won't go into that further. I'll just leave that as something you can explore if you want, as these sort of critical mass machines, right, where the explosion only sometimes happens when you're poised at critical mass, but if you go past critical mass, then you for sure get the explosion. That question is so great. I could spend lots of time on that one.